Okay, so let's see first few questions. BN won big. 19 out of 28. Super majority. Well, all the Malaysians that went to vote, well done. But, I've stopped giving a fuck about Malaysian politics. I've given up hope. And that's why I go to perform in America, because this is Malaysia's like a sinking ship. So time to start jumping off to other boats or other ships. So that's my Saturday night sermon to all of you. It's time to leave. No politics tonight. No, all the politics are happening in Malacca, and I'll leave it there. I didn't even bother following the Malacca news because I'm just sick and tired of politics, So that's why. Young Neo, big fan, saw your Netflix show. Thank you so much, Young Neo. Feeling heaty? Not really. Today is quite cold, and I just came back from New York. New York is like autumn, so it's really cold. How was your US trip? Alice, how was your US trip? It was great. Got profit car? Absolutely not. I won't say I wasted a lot of money. New York, especially Manhattan, is very expensive, but I consider it as an investment for my own career. So, yeah. That's what people say when they spend a lot of money lah. Just let's let y'all know. Okay, it's an investment. It's an investment. Okay. How heaty are you? You can find out in my new show this December. December 16th to 18th is my new solo, brand new comedy show. Totally new jokes. I've been working on it. We'll still continue working on it. I think tickets are selling out quite fast, so please get them as soon as possible. It will be at the new venue called PJ Pack. I've seen it many times while I research new venues, and it's really gorgeous, really nice. So I love the new venue. Really excited to perform there for all of you guys. I think what's great is that a lot of people have been cooped up, and there's a lot of pent-up demand for something that's a shared experience, which is stand-up comedy. So I'm looking forward to that, Let's see. When are you doing another show in Australia, Alvin? This is a great question, Alvin. Nothing is confirmed yet, but I am planning to do the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, which will be in March. And then after that, I plan to go to Sydney, Brisbane, and Perth. And I'm hoping to take my tour also to Singapore, Hong Kong, London, and New York. So yeah, Alvin. So I hope you're living in Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Brisbane, because I'm taking my show Heaty to those cities as well. Malaysian comedians three times fun. They're all my colleagues. We are all equally funny, but we charge lower prices. Why you anti-Malacca? So sad. I'm not anti-Malacca. I'm just anti-Malaysian politics. So, yeah. Got Netflix Part 2. I'm working on it, but when it comes to Netflix, nothing is a done deal, of course. So, it's not like they signed me on for 3 Netflix specials. Every new show, I will, of course, try to sell it to Netflix, but it all depends. A lot of pieces must fall into place before that can work out lah. Okay. So, any freebies tonight? Joanna, no. Hello, Jason. For your upcoming Heaty show, out of curious, what's the percentage ratio of new to old jokes? If you see the poster, it says there a brand new comedy show. So a brand new comedy show means 100% new jokes. But even if it's 100% old jokes, you should still buy the tickets because the old jokes are really, really good. How Douglas Lim used to say to people who complain that he's using old jokes is that, now imagine if Scarlett Johansson come up to you and show you her tete, right? You see not? You see, right? You look, right? You enjoy not? You enjoy. Okay, so let's say next year, Scarlett Johansson comes back. Same person, she show you tete. Same tete. You look not? You look. You enjoy not? You enjoy. Same tete, but you still enjoy. So now I'm not saying that I'm going to show you tete, but I'm saying that The jokes will be new, 100% new, and please come and buy tickets. What's 500 million loan about? This, I think, in regards to what I said in my post, where I had to go, when I went to New York, I had to take out a personal loan of 500 million US dollars for basic cost of living in New York. So you decide lah whether I was joking or not. Any plans to do a show in Singapore? Yes, I do. I'm planning to do a show in Singapore, so I would love to go. One of my favorite places to perform comedy. One of the problems is that Singapore also has SOPs in place, and the venues that I really like to perform, they are still charging 100% rental for like 40% capacity. You know, I understand that we need to limit number of people coming to shows. I totally agree, but I was hoping that you would reduce the rental rate as well, because it's not fair to do 40% capacity at 100% venue rentals. And if I want to make the same money or even slightly less, I have to charge more, and I don't think that's fair. So, yeah. You love Jump Boy. I have no idea who is a Jump Boy. Will your show be available online as well? That's okay. Joanna is asking a really good question. I'm sorry to say that my new show, Hiti, which will take place December 16 to 18, will not have a live Zoom link or whatever, because I feel that stand-up comedy is best experienced live, in person, at the venue, and it's a shared experience. The reason why it's like this, you see, if I do a show and I sell tickets for people to watch on Zoom, the people that watch on Zoom, number one, my main concern is that they won't have the best experience. Because what happens when you watch on Zoom? Okay, you're at home, you're in your pajamas, your family members are around, the lights are on, you are easily distracted. In a comedy show, I need you to be fully focused, I need you to be fully invested. Not just money, but invested in like your mind and your body, physical presence. So you won't get the best experience. So that's why I think for this tour, I still won't be selling Zoom links or Zoom tickets. I want everyone to watch it live, and I also want you to be there with me. See, I don't want you to watch on Zoom. I want you to be there with me. So no, it won't be available online. Hari Krishnan says no sound. Probably your end, because everyone has been listening. No problem. Have you been to Thailand many times? We love your show. Thank you. Kap kun kap. Kap kun kap. Or whatever. Terima kasih lah. Okay. MD, I miss Jump Boy. Who the hell is Jump Boy? What's the Malaysian food you miss during the most during the US trip? I miss nasi lemak the most, of course. And then bak kut teh. So, by the way, in New York, there's this really gorgeous Malaysian restaurant called Nyonya. All the Malaysian dishes in Nyonya are legit. As in, if the same restaurant, I transport it back to KL, they will be in the top 10. That's how good that New York restaurant Nyonya is. Very good. Watch your show Netflix twice and crack me up both times. Thank you for watching twice. Why Malacca voters are so stupid? I don't care. Can you be the next Prime Minister of Malaysia? I think can. Definitely can. If I live up to 400 years old and people's mentalities change. If you come Singapore, may you perform at coffee shop? Like, will Ronnie open for me on my next tour? That's like, you know how that's like. That's like if you take your favorite local singer who performs regularly at karaoke bars, and then you ask your friend who performs at karaoke bars, will Madonna open for you at your next tour? That's the level we're talking about, okay? I'm just grateful I got to open for him. Yeah, so talking about it, I opened for Ronnie twice in New York. Really great experience to see Master at work, and the way he handles the show very professionally. And I'm just very grateful that I got to perform with him and watch a Master at work. Really talented guy, and I thank him for all the opportunities that he has given me. He's really great guy to know and work with. Let's see. You are nowhere to Scarlet lah. Wait. Yeah, so that's called an analogy. You understand? An analogy, as in I use an analogy to compare. I'm not saying I am Scarlett Johansson. You understand? You Google in your dictionary, analogy. Oh. Let's see. Who's funnier, you or Douglas? This is a very good question. I would say that Douglas is funnier when I'm in front of him. But behind him, yeah, Douglas is funnier. Okay. Quick story about Douglas. I've been at this point of my career where I remember I was feeling so grateful to Ronnie for letting me open for him. And I remember that Douglas was the very first people who gave me my first big break in comedy when he watched me perform, and then he said, hey, you want to come and open for me or be the opening act for the MACC? And that was a big... And the thing about Douglas is I learned the most from him, not just about jokes, but about the business of show business. You know what I mean? What the audience sees, comedians performing, haha, everything, but there's a whole business behind show business. And I'm grateful to all the things I learned from him, because if I had not learned those important business lessons at an early age in my career, I still would be, easily hoodwinked, easily conned, and easily bullied. So thanks to Douglas, he taught me a lot of things which has made me thrive in the comedy business. No repeated jokes. I already said that it's a brand new show. Thank you. We will pay to watch live. Thank you, Leslie. Tickets are at www.jasonleong.my. Thank you. So sad for Malacca. It's okay. Don't be sad. Just don't care. Very simple only. If you don't care, right, you cannot be sad, man. Let's see. Yes, Singapore can go in by 29th November, of course. I'm looking for venues right now. My people are looking at venues. We are trying to get the best venue, not just in terms of money, but in terms of people's enjoyment of the show. So I'm working really, really hard to bring this show to Singapore, because I know there are a lot of fans in Singapore. I don't wanna alienate Singapore, so I definitely wanna do Singapore as soon as possible. Let's see. Any chance of you and Ronnie to do a Bad Boys for live show? 2 of you for 2 hours. Again, that's like okay, that's like how? That's like okay, you know how you all have a friend who likes to do acting? Okay, and then one day he gets like a Calafare role in a drama. That's like, you ask him, when are you going to do a movie with Scarlett Johansson? That's the level we're talking about. Why you so cute? Mother's jeans. You and Jokoy and Louis C.K. are my favorite. Thank you very much. That is quite a nice thing to say. Thank you. Hi from Switzerland. Amy Yong. I believe Amy is a Malaysian who has ran away to Switzerland. If you need an assistant, Amy, please hire me. I also need to leave. If you can make 3 wishes for Malaysia, what would you wish for? I will wish for a lot of money for me. And then a lot of money for my wife. And then that we both can bring our daughter away from Malaysia. So 3 wishes. Would you be interested to do a tour in Cape Town, South Africa? I would love to go and visit, but perform a show, I'm not too sure yet. So, dah ambil ubat ke belum? That's my wife. Later, I will before I sleep. Comments of Malacca elections. Again, I don't care. Let's see. I want to go watch you, but not sure we can go in and get tickets by then. Edward. I would say, Edward lives in Singapore. Don't worry. I'm trying my best to go to Singapore. So I'm very optimistic. Even if I have to lose money, I'm being honest here. I'm not. Even if I have to lose money, I will still go to Singapore, okay? And perform. Comedy or medicine pay better? Well, it depends. I can safely say that, and this is a indictment of how badly Malaysia pays doctors. But ever since I left the medical profession, I have been earning more than my friends who are doctors in public service. Government doctors. I don't know about private, but I have out-earned doctors in public service ever since I left. Not saying a lot about me, but it says a lot about how Malaysia treats doctors. Yeah. Hi from the Netherlands. Hello. You have given up on Malaysia? Yeah, pretty much lah. Pretty much. No hope. I'm not giving up on Malaysians, but on Malaysia improving, no lah. Hence, my efforts to perform more overseas. Are you still scared to go on stage? Yes. I'm very terrified and nervous before I go on stage at every gig. Virtual, live, big, small, open mic, headlining a club, my own solo. I get nervous all the time. But there's a saying which I love, which is, after a while, you become comfortable feeling terrified. So the terror is still there, but because I experience the terror so often, I'm comfortable feeling scared. What can be done to solve the contract doctor issue? Very simple. All the contract doctors should just give up and work either in other sectors or just leave the country. Other countries would appreciate doctors more. So just leave. I'm serious. I'm being honest. Just leave. Other countries treat doctors way better than Malaysia treats doctors. So just, you know what I mean? Hello from Serdang. Hello, apa khabar? Hello. Let me see. I've been ignoring YouTube. Let's see if I've been ignoring Instagram. Let's see. Instagram got any questions? Hello, IG. Don't mean to ignore you. Just that it's easier to watch, look at it. But it's okay. You need to come to Singapore. We'll round up a gang to see you. Singapore got gang meh? Huh? Singapore so strict where got gang? Got gang Singapore? Hello. Who's better in BJJ between you and Ronnie? This is by Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony is, by the way, a very, very white name. But he looks so Asian when I met him. Mark Anthony. I met him at Marcelo Garcia's in New York City. One of the best trainers at the best gyms. I saw him, right? He looks... Can you imagine that? A guy who looks more Asian than me. Like, you see him, this guy... It must be the king of Asians. Super Asian. His name Mark Anthony. He's a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He kicked my ass all the time, but I love training with him. Hey Mark, I hope you come visit us in Malaysia soon. We'd love to have you. Who's better in BJJ between you and Ronnie? I mean, I've trained slightly longer than Ronnie, and Ronnie is busy making movies and touring. So, I'm sure if he trains as much as me, we'll be about the same same skill level. But he also does Wing Chun, and Wing Chun is like the ivermectin of martial arts in that it doesn't work. So let's see who else on Instagram. Hello. Not bad. It's always good to have the opportunity to compare notes. Okay, thank you, Alfred. Compare notes. How long have you and Ronnie known each other for? I think we met 2014, 2015, and then throughout the years, we see each other once or twice, periodically, sporadically, but we keep in touch. Yeah. Let's see. Bought your ticket. Can't wait to see you next month. Thank you, Henry. How many Malaysians did you meet in New York? This is a very interesting question. I actually didn't know that there were so many Malaysians in New York. I met this guy. His name he's been a New Yorker for many years. It's nice to see him, and he brought me to all the best places to eat. He's an amazing guy. He came for my show, so that's very nice of him. And there was a contingent of Malaysians who came out to one of my shows. I was doing a 15-minute set, and I told all of them that I'm looking forward to come back in February. and do. I'm looking forward to come back in mid 2022 and do my solo show and hope they can come and watch. And the Malaysian I'll never forget meeting was I was doing the gig, and then suddenly a phone rang in the middle of my set. And up to the point I've been gigging for 2 weeks in New York. Never happened. This time, first thing, ring, okay? And what irritated me was no one, like, you know, if your phone rings in the middle of a show and then you're like, oh, sorry, hey, my phone, how? I will forgive you because everyone makes mistakes. This lady, right, her phone is ringing. She doesn't bother to like quickly stop the ringing. And I was looking at another guy, blaming this other guy, like, hey, you want to take the phone call? But it wasn't him, it's the lady behind him. The wait staff walks past by, hears the ring, and he looks at me, it's this lady. This lady. Then I looked at the lady, right? The phone is ringing. She just looked at me. I said, you want to take the call? Then she's like, yeah. She was hoping that I will move on and the ring will stop on its own. Didn't even bother to off the phone, to try and off the phone. And then after, people laugh, and then I just had this instinct. I looked at the lady and said, I just want to take a guess. Are you Malaysian? Yes, she was Malaysian. Typical. I fly 30 hours to a different country and still kena sabotaged by a Malaysian. Cannot run away. Cannot run away from this pattern. 2 weeks, not a single phone ring or even a flash taking photo. Boom. First Malaysian I meet, phone ring. Superb lah. Thank you for reminding Sunny Lee. Just bought tickets. Thank you. December 16. Opening night, baby. Opening night. Can you make a joke about Subang Jaya being a city but always no water? Another round of game. Some conspiracy theory of airlock. Yeah. Don't really... I mean, there's no point about doing a joke about Subang Jaya when people around the world won't care. But yeah, it's a sad, sorry state of affairs. The most advanced state in Malaysia, no water. Superb lah. Any paid streaming for the show? Again, I just say again for everyone, I will not be selling online streaming or online whatever, because I want people to experience the show in person and with me. I want you to be with me also when I perform the joke. So and like I said, when you watch something virtually or streaming, the stakes are not there because you're not fully invested, right? You're at home, the lights are on, you're distracted, your kids are running around, your husband or wife is around, you have to turn and lion them. You're not fully focused, so the investment is not just money, the physical, emotional, mental investment is not as great as if you're in the show, locked in the same room with me and other people. And it's a shared experience. When you are with strangers, we all laugh together, it's more fun. So I want my physical tickets to sell, and I don't want to have Zoom shows or online shows. So yeah. Okay, let's talk. I've been talking to people on Instagram and Facebook. I just want to check out some YouTube comments. Let's see. I'm a fan from the Philippines. Mabuhay, salamat, kapatid. That's the three and Tagalog words I know. I know the fourth one, but it's very rude. So, when you tour to Indonesia, sir? Yes, Indonesia is on my radar. Planning to do Jakarta, but also Jakarta has their own COVID restrictions, so I'm working that out. But for some reason, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I have a lot of fans in Jakarta. I could be wrong. It could be just 4 people commenting again and again, but I feel that I would love to give Jakarta a try, because I know Jakarta is a thriving place for comedy, and I love their spirit. I have a lot of friends in Indonesia, so I would love to go Jakarta. One of my comedian friends, his name is Mo Siddiq. Mo wants me to do a show in Bali, and I said, but Mo, Bali we mostly white people, right? He said, yeah, tourists. I said, no, I don't want to perform to white people tourists. I'd rather go to New York and perform to white people there. So, white people tourists are the worst, by the way. Wu Ming Xia, just bought your ticket. That's right. Buy my tickets. Where is your wife? Not on screen. She's taking care of the baby. What is your opinion about the third shot, the booster shot for COVID-19? My opinion is yes, I will take it. I'm waiting. I'm actually waiting anxiously for the AZ booster rollout because I took the AZ vaccine. Thanks for being the driving force behind Malaysians. Yes, thank you. Greetings from Singapore. We can travel between Singapore and KL at the end of the month. I've been checking out this whole vaccinated travel lane between KL and Singapore. It's actually quite costly, actually, unfortunately, because it makes me miss the pre-pandemic days where I can just drive to, I can just take a cab to Subang Airport, 1 hour flight to Singapore, and then boom, I'm in Singapore. But now with the VTL, you need to have a pre-departure COVID test. And then if you come back from Singapore, you also need to do another pre-departure COVID test. And you need to buy insurance. And because now it's only flights from from KLIA to Changi. That's another 200 ringgit of back and forth Grab fares. So Singapore trips are actually more costly now. Way more costly. But of course, I'll go for business. I'm just saying that I miss those days when things were so much cheaper, Let's see. Yes, I'm in quarantine. That's why I have this home quarantine. That's why I have this wristband here. Hello, Jason. Is it possible if you could do a shout out to all Chinese speaking audience? Love from Taipei. Okay, here's my shout out to all the Chinese speaking people in Taipei. 我不会讲华语。我不懂话。That is the best thing I can say in Chinese. By the way, I love Taipei. I was there in December 2017. Beautiful, beautiful place. Can I say it's a beautiful country? Any plans for a new Netflix special? I'm always hoping to release a new Netflix special, of course. But it'll be I need to work lah, I bet it would be insane to chill with you and smoke pots. Well, I don't smoke a lot of pot, but if you're offering, it'd be cool. Okay, let's go back to Facebook. Oh, when you were in NYC, where did you go to get Malaysian food? I actually ate a lot of Malaysian food, actually. I went to Nyonya, which was a great Malaysian restaurant. I also went to, I believe, Rasa. Rasa was great. So I also had some Hong Kong food in Chinatown. Great. It's hard to get bad food in New York, I have to say. The quality of food in Manhattan was amazing. Can you take over Jackie Chan on Shopee? I would love to. I don't charge as much as Jackie Chan. So if anyone on Shopee is listening, watching, I'm available, I'm cheap, and I'm desperate. Sawadika from Sawasdi from Thailand. Hello, Thailand. Looking forward to see you live in Singapore. Me too. Love to go to Singapore. If you can migrate, which country you plan to go? US. Well, my ideal thing to do is actually migrate to Singapore, because that to me is the best. Not so sure about migrating to Australia, because I want to focus a bit more on my career in markets like the US. But I don't see myself migrating to the US either. So it's a lot of things lah. I want everything, but I can't get everything. So yeah, but Singapore to me is a great place. I wish I had set up roots earlier in Singapore. I make a lot of jokes about Singapore, but I realize that I make jokes about Singapore only about Singaporean food, which I still stand by. But other than that, it's a great place. So any real heckler so far? No hecklers that I know of. Opening night, front row center. Wow, Tana Krishnan. Opening night, front row center. That sounds sexual, and I like it. I'm getting erection right now for Tana Krishnan. Opening night front row center. Nice. Comments on mixed vaccine booster. I think it works. The research shows that heterologous vaccines are okay. So yeah, I would take the vaccine. Come Singapore lah, Clement Chang. Yes, if you want to hire me so that I can get PR, please let me know. Anybody wants to hire me, but I don't do anything for your company, I just get a PR, that'd be great. That'd be very, very great. Oh, okay. Someone in Instagram. Are you ever gonna come to Hong Kong for a show? What do you mean by are you ever gonna come to Hong Kong? I've been coming to Hong Kong almost every year since 2013. Of course, don't count last year lah, pandemic. But I mean, in 2019, I went to Hong Kong twice to do shows in Hong Kong. So I love Hong Kong. I love the people in Hong Kong. I'm planning to go Hong Kong next year. Fingers crossed. The restrictions are relaxed. Because right now, I think quarantine in Hong Kong is 3 weeks. I'm not going to go 3 weeks of quarantine to perform for 2 days in Hong Kong. So, how's the crowd cut New York? Did you need to alter your joke based on US crowd? This is a very good question actually. I would say there are minute things to change just so that you can get maximum impact if as a comedian you're greedy about getting all the laughs. But by and large, the jokes, the material will speak for itself. So I didn't have to alter a lot. I would say I just altered 1%. Just change a word here and there to suit them. But other than that, it's still 100%. I would say it's still very me. It's still very Jason. It's still very my style of comedy. So had a lot of fun in New York. Let's see. Instagram. Many in Singapore have a booster too. Yes. Correct. Yeah, I see so many people from Singapore. It's hi Jason, I still remember your joke about Kerusi MCA. That's right. It still applies. MCA will always be a joke. Hey, you don't have jet lag? Actually, I do. And this jet lag I'm experiencing is a bitch because getting older, it's harder to deal with jet lag when you get older. So yeah, I'm still not, I mean, I still wake up at 5:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning because my body refuses to go to sleep. Let's see, Instagram. Hey, Dr. Jason. What did you finally do about a lady in the theater who was rude to you? Oh, okay. This is a interesting. So for those of you who don't know, I posted this on Instagram, my IG story. This still bothers me, I think. I went to watch No Time to Die alone in one of the cinemas in New York. I went there, so I bought my ticket and I chose like almost the middle seat, you know. I went there and it's very empty, yes. And then there's an elderly man and an elderly white couple, elderly lady in the seat that's next to me. But you know, the seats are really wide, you know, like those like luxury types, you know, like single seats, armrest, everything. So I know that my seat was next to them, next to the lady. So I already bought my ticket. It's assigned seating and it's probably the second best seat in the house. So I walked over and sat next to the white lady. But you must understand, the seats are armrest, right? So it's like it's a big armrest like that, and there's a space, and then there's another seat. So we are very far apart actually, and I'm wearing my mask. So I crossed and I sat down, right, and I hear this white elderly lady. She got 60 years old. She just said this, you know, said in the mask. I sat down. She go, "Oh no." And I was like, I looked at her and said, "Excuse me." And she kept quiet. The husband, I think, has realized that something bad has happened. She looks at me. "Oh no, nothing." I said, "Okay." So I straightened my jacket. I sit down to watch. The lady gets up from her seat and she says to the husband, "I don't know why anyone would sit next to me in an empty theater. And I tell you, I spent the whole movie like, what the fuck is her problem? Like, James Bond is killing people, and I was imagining, what if I could kill people? What if I could kill the lady just the way James Bond is killing, like a shotgun or a bullet to the head? Like, because, like, what the fuck? What do you mean by, why would anyone sit next to you? It's assigned seating, bitch. It says here E9. I'm in E9. Why would I sit further away from you when with a angular shitty view? I paid for my ticket. And I was like, the whole movie I was rehearsing like, what the fuck do I say to this elderly white lady? Because I think it was well within my eyes. Excuse me, what is your problem? Why can't I sit in my seat? My seat is E9. I'm going to sit in E9. Who gives a fuck about you? And I don't know whether it was the COVID thing, because she could be worried about COVID, a stranger sitting next to her, or is it because I'm Chinese, I came from Wuhan and I brought over. I don't know what it was. It really bothered me till today. I wish I confronted her, but then again, move on lah, you know. But yeah, that kind of bothered me, and it's I think weird to see that in New York City. I think I always thought that New York was a liberal bastion, and people in New York are very direct, but they are not unkind, you know, and they are rarely rude. They're very direct. They're very straight talking. They're like, hey man, you should do this. No, hey, don't do that. They're very straight talkers. But I've never met an unnecessarily rude New Yorker in my whole journey. So that was still sore thumb. Still, it's like the one bump in the very beautiful New York trip. Kulen Dren, hey, would love to bring you horse riding. Wow, Kulen Dren, where would we go horse riding? That's amazing. I would love to learn horse riding actually. Sadly, you got a taste of American racism from a Trumpster. Yeah, I don't know if she's a Trumpster or not. I don't know. It's very weird, singular memory from that trip. Do you have lots of anti-vaxxers where you are? Julian, do you mean anti-vaxxers in New York where I was, or right now? I don't know. I think Malaysia, we are 95.6% vaccinated. There are a few, but not many lah. Not lots of anti-vaxxers. Come to Tennessee to scare the hell out of these rednecks here. I wouldn't want to. If you say there are rednecks there, I don't want to go because I'm scared of rednecks. You know what I mean? Like, my life is like I want to move away from the rednecks in Malaysia. So, scary. Who's your favorite US comedian? George Carlin, my all-time favorite, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Nowadays, though, in recent times, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. I would say Dave Chappelle at the top, and then there's Louis C.K. and then Bill Burr. And I think the person that's killing right now is Ronnie Chang. I've seen his work. He's amazing. So yeah, one of my favorites too. Would love to have you in Sabah in Kota Kinabalu. You know what's sad though about Kota Kinabalu? And I'm saying this with facts, right? No prejudice. We have been steadily doing shows in KK since 2016, 17, 18, 2019. Yeah, 4 years of steadily doing shows in KK. And no matter how hard we try, the crowds don't seem to come out in Kota Kinabalu. We tried different venues, different prices. Sadly, it feels like the market in KK is not big enough to justify going there again. You know what I mean? Different from Kuching. Kuching, they come out in full force, you know. We always sell more tickets in Kuching than KK. It makes more financial sense to do in Kuching as opposed to KK. I mean, I would love to not miss KK when I go to Kuching. It's just that I wish more people came out, you know. Let's see, what else? Did you get comments that you look like Jolo? No lah. Where got? Western people don't sit where they are assigned in an empty cinema. I guess that's why she was complaining. Nothing racist. Alexandre Rocher. Well, see, that's the problem. You should always sit in your assigned seating. That's why they give you the assigned seating. Now I'm getting triggered. Like if you go on the plane, you just sit anywhere you want, is it? Also, you said Western people don't sit where they are assigned in an empty cinema. I understand, but my seat was the second best seat in the house. The lady had the first best seat. So, yeah, so fuck that lady. Was your NYC gig successful? Yes, very successful, I would say. And I'm saying this because I'm very happy and lucky that I got to play at the top clubs in New York City. For those of you who don't know, the top clubs are Comedy Cellar, Caroline's at Broadway, and Gotham in Gotham Comedy Club. There's also another one, New York Comedy Club, which is, I love that place. So I'm glad that I performed at all the top clubs. I'm very happy. And the thing about performing there is that the bookers have to know you or watch you perform, and then you get invited back again. So I think if I make another trip there, which I plan to do in February, I will be able to get more spots. So yeah, I'm very happy, and thanks for asking. I think the gigs went okay. When are you coming to Singapore? As soon as possible. Can you give some preview of some of your jokes? Ken, my preview of some of my jokes will be on December 16 to 18 at PJ Pack. You can get tickets at www.jasonleong.my. You can preview them, and then you decide whether you want to buy ticket again for the same show. Let's see. I'm queuing for McD. Should I get a 3 times spicy ayam goreng? Don't. The 3 times spicy ayam goreng is absolutely horrible. I once had it, and I had it twice, and it always gives me stomach cramps and diarrhea. So don't get the too spicy shit McD ayam goreng. Uncle Roger is funny. Do you agree? Yes, I agree. Uncle Roger is doing a tour right now, so really excited to see him do stand-up. Have you skydived before? Yes, I have. In New Zealand, 2018. One of the best experiences of my 2017. One of the best experiences of my life. I would go again. Who do you think is underrated in stand-up comedy? Jason Leong. To rate him properly, go to www.jasonleong.my and get tickets to my show. Have you worked with Kumar, Singaporean comedian? Yes, I worked with Kumar many times. Legend. Any plan on joint show with Douglas Lim? Douglas Lim is too busy with radio and making money in corporate gigs and branded videos. So and we also just ended the MACC tour. So unlikely. But we're still good friends. I work a lot with him. Do you know who's Uncle Roger? Yes, I know. See, why did I think you were Jolo from the thumbnail? See, like, the Jolo jokes never get old. Every day someone looks at me and go, "Hey, has anyone told you look like Jolo?" As if he or she is the first person to realize I look like Jolo. Every day, someone, "Hey, you look like Jolo lah," and they pat themselves on the back. I found that out. I'm the one who realized it. You're not the only one. That's like, I come up to you, "Hey bro, the sun hot nah." You know what I mean? Like, you're not the first person to realize that. It would be crazy if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, you look like Jolo," and the guy who said it to me is Jolo. Now that would be mind-blowing. Why did you paint your wall blue? That's just the light, bro. Blue light. You seriously consider coming to Singapore to stay for good? Yeah, I really am. I'm very open about this. Because not just for me, I think the main reason is that I've discussed with my wife, and we realized that Malaysia is not a place to raise a child, much less a daughter. So looking at other options, I think Singapore is a great option. I need some motivation for my upcoming SPM. Study hard, but SPM may not necessarily determine your life. It's all the things that you need to do even after SPM. But it is important, but not the be all and end all. Come to Brunei. Sure. What else? Any material about Najib becoming economic advisor? I've already given up about Najib and Malaysia, so unlikely I have any material about that. Will you collaborate with Uncle Roger? Unlikely, because Uncle Roger is making $5 billion a month. I don't think he has time to work with me. I'll be just dragging him, making him slower, earning billions of US dollars. Welcome to Singapore. Would definitely want to attend the show. Yes, I would love to come to Singapore as soon as possible. Come to India. Nyc Gig. I've been to India many times. Two times in 2018 to do my show in Mumbai and Delhi. Amazing. Love India. Would love to come again. Any updates on the all-day show? I will do it soon. I promise. Okay, let's go back to Instagram. I'm loving this. It's not such a nice way to spend a Saturday night. I believe it's raining outside. Do come to my show. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. Instagram. Can't wait to see you perform in PJ Art. It's not PJ Art. That's PJ Live Arts now. It's PJ Pack. Okay? PJ Pack. One Utama, not PJ Live Arts. That's very important. I should say that. I should make a video saying that it's not in PJ Live Arts. It's in PJ Pack. How about Gurmeet Singh? Yes, I've performed with him once at a corporate event. I'm not sure if I think he knows of me, but I don't think he has seen my work. But yeah, it was great to watch him. His timing, real professional, really inspiring. I would love to work with him more. I love to know more about him and his work. Let's see. Jason, will the coming Hiti show a totally brand new one? Yeah, as if you see on my posters that I post, it's a brand new show. So brand new show. I just drank wine. Is it okay to mix with McD vanilla ice cream? I think it's okay to mix your wine with McD vanilla ice cream. It's okay, but don't mix your wine with the McD spicy ayam goreng. How are plans for the Jolo movie? Gotham, did Bruce Wayne came? Yeah, Bruce Wayne came and he gave me $1 billion. I got racist and sexist remark from old white men in New York City. Oh, that's so sad. Happy Shop. Please share what this racist, sexist white man said. Yeah. But overall, I really had good fun in New York City. Really mind-blowing experience to do all the gigs there. And one thing I like about doing gigs almost every day is that it really sharpens your mind, gears you up for comedy really easily. So yeah, I'm looking forward to touring again, starting with my December show in PJ Pack, not PJ Live Arts. And then after that, I'll be hopefully doing the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth. I'm not sure if I want to do Adelaide, and then go to Singapore, go to Hong Kong, New York, London, trying to get a venue in Penang, trying to do a show in JB, but unfortunately, we don't have proper performing arts venues in JB, unfortunately. And the hotel which I have been performing all this while, I think the hotel is closed down, so won't be performing there. So yeah, I also wanted to perform. Actually, ironically, I wanted to perform in a cool historical venue in Malacca, but also Malacca no venue. There's no. I would love to do a show in Malacca. I think a lot of Malaccans would love to stand up comedy. How many tuition classes you think your kids need in Singapore? I think. Yeah, I know all about the Singaporean education culture, and I have to say though that cramming your kids with tuition classes throughout their childhood does not necessarily make them an intelligent, well-rounded adult. So I don't think I'm gonna cram tuition classes in my kids. I didn't really attend many tuition classes also because I am naturally smart and intelligent. No lah, I think it's not that necessary lah. Nowadays, education needs to be more holistic and not just rote learning. Do you rewatch your stand-up? That's a great question. Do you rewatch your stand-up? All the time, actually. I rewatch my stand-up all the time. I want to say that, it's for me to improve, but no, sometimes I just like to, like, you see your achievement and you masturbate and you feel, I'm so good. I'm such a genius. I'm like that lah. Very egoistic. I never watch my stand-up and go, I could improve here. No, I watch and go, I'm so good. Perfection. And I jack off. So that's why. Best Filipino comedian. This is an easy one. One of my good friends in comedy, GB Labrador. GB Labrador. YouTube him, Google him. It's spelled G like Gerard Butler, GB, Gerard, GB Labrador, as in the dog Labrador. Funniest comedian. He's the comedian's favorite. Yeah. GB Labrador. Hi Jason, do you have any tips and advice to go after a girl that I have a crush on? Very simple. If you bring her to watch my show on December 16th to 18th at PJ Pack, I guarantee you she will like you. Guarantee. Because come to show, laugh, all the hormones, adrenaline, she associates the laughter, good time with your face. In, bro. In. My show, December 16th. You see how I market my show using Teenage Love? It's the best way. Is your new show going to be on Netflix? I don't know yet. I'm trying my best. Cannot promise anything. Netflix is a very tough nut to crack. Do you also watch other comedians' live show? Yes, all the time. I watch other people's shows all the time. I remember when I was whenever I go for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, after I perform my show, I'll rush out and watch other people's shows, like 2 or 3 shows a night. Yeah. Hi Jason, when's your next live show in KL? I'm glad you asked because my next live show in KL is here. See? Right here. You can get tickets here. Selling fast, by the way, so. Just wondering, can a comedian ever revert to being a doctor again? Yeah, definitely can. But I can tell you, the doctor who was just a comedian, now back to becoming a doctor, he is going to be the most miserable doctor in the world. But yes, you can switch back careers. When you start knowing you have funny bones during your medical career, when I saw the humorous bone, no lah. No, I mean, I did an open mic show first year as a houseman in KL, and I really enjoyed it and never stopped looking back. So yeah, it was an amazing time. Thoughts on progressive religion? One that affirms science as well as strikes to adapt to the modern world. What a heavy question in a light-hearted chit-chat session. Thoughts on progressive religion? I think it's great, I guess. Definitely better than fundamentalist religions where, but it's like saying progressive religion is like saying well-balanced vegan. Like, I'm a vegan, but I also eat meat to balance out the diet. That's how it sounds to me. Do you watch Kevin Hart's show? Yes, of course I do. Does the booster jab make you die? No. Hi Jason, how's your gout, bro? Good. No gout. The comedian that goes back to his doctor job calls themselves a lolcum. That's great. By the way, the comedian that goes back to his doctor job calls himself a LOL cum, C-U-M. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, a locum is the term we use for doctors who work part-time in other private clinics or hospitals, locum, L-O-C-U-M. So that joke only applies to, only doctors will find it funny, okay? But YK Kwan must be a doctor, him or herself. The comedian that goes back to his doctor job calls himself a lol cum. Did you watch Squid Game? What do you think? Squid Game is amazing. Squid Game is one of the things that makes you realize what a powerhouse the Korean cinema industry is, because it took the world by storm, but Squid Game didn't pander to Western tastes. Original story, all the actors are unknown in Hollywood, and it became Netflix's biggest launch. It shows you how powerful Korean cinema is, and also why Malaysia will never reach that standard, because Malaysia has too much bureaucracy, not enough investment in arts, and censorship. So that's why, Squid Game shows the world you have talent, you have investment in arts, you can take over the world by storm. You don't have to just be all Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, Squid Game was very, very Korean in its execution and production. And Korean entertainment is killing it. Remember Psy, Gangnam Style, now there's BTS, they were featured on the Emmys, and now Squid Game, and so many more. It's amazing. It shows you how far you can go with proper investment in the arts, curtailing censorship, and talent. Okay, then why some news say some people died after booster jab? If a very small percentage of people, I don't even know if there are any news about people dying after the booster jab, but by and large, I think it is very rare. So just because it's rare doesn't mean it correlates. Just because there's correlation doesn't mean there's causation. You know what I mean? Hey doc, have you taken the booster jab? No, because the guidelines say 6 months after your second dose. I got my second dose in July, so no booster yet. Probably in January or February. What do you know about Indonesia? Indonesia is a country bordering Sabah, Sarawak, and I think Brunei. Would you ever act in dramas with Angmos? Yes, given the opportunity, I would love to. Are you a toilet paper or a bidet person? I am a bidet person, but toilet paper also can. Let's see. Let's go back to Facebook for a while. By the way, in case for all those of you just tuning in, please come to my show here. What about a show in a small town, Teluk Intan? Unlikely lah, because there'll only be like 10 people coming out to watch. It doesn't justify the logistics and the time and the finances. Got free Timah sampler. I'm trying to sell Timah whiskey at the show to fans who are coming to watch. I don't actually drink alcohol. I'm a teetotaler. I don't drink at all. But I just want to show a middle finger to the idiots who think drinking Timah whiskey means you're drinking a Malay woman. That's fucking stupid. So this is just my way of showing a middle finger to the stupid people in Malaysia. Do you prepare your jokes or is it improv? It's prepared. Favorite cuss word? Chibai. Have you watched Shang-Chi? Yes, I really enjoyed Shang-Chi. Wonderful representation of Asian talent. Amazing piece of work. I think Tony Leung in that movie was so amazing. I'll watch it again just to watch Tony Leung. He was masterful. His eyes could act, just his eyes alone is enough to tell you a story. Tony Leung, yeah. Come back from NYC, quarantine how many days? If you're fully vaccinated, 7 days. How's New York? New York was amazing. I met so many comedians. helpful, friendly, awesome comedians, really supportive. Crowds were great, the gigs were great. I'm definitely going to go back there as soon as possible. Planning a trip in February to perform gigs, hopefully at the top clubs again. Hoping to get as many spots as possible. Cellar, Gotham, Carolines. We'll see how it goes. Trying my best to work hard in the capital of the world, in the mecca of stand-up comedy. What you miss most working as a doctor? I think I miss when things go well, patients say thank you and they're genuinely very appreciative, but that's about it. Everything else about being a doctor in public service in Malaysia absolutely sucks, unfortunately, and it still sucks. Why anti-vax people are minoritized? Why anti-vax people are minoritized? Because they are more smart people than stupid people, I guess. Or stupid people are not so many. How was opening for Ronnie? It was an amazing experience. He did a show at the Warner Theatre in DC. Beautiful theatre. 1,800 seats. Sold out. Just amazing to be part of the venue. Yeah, and the way he handles the show is amazing. So yeah, I really enjoyed opening for Ronnie there. Just curious, why patients that woke up from coma need to have their eyes covered up? I no idea. Let's see. What else did Instagram say? Anyway, I will wrap this up by, first of all, thank you everyone for joining me. It's nice to hang out. A lot of things to talk about. Let's see. I'll wrap up by talking about YouTube. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up by saying that, trying my best to come up with a great show for everyone. I'm still working on the show, but by the time December rolls around, it should be ready. December 16th to December 18th. That's like 4 weeks away. Really excited for the show. It's called Hitty. It's a word that I like. Tickets you can get below. And they're selling quite fast, and I hope you all come. It's been so long since I performed in front of a live audience of that size in Malaysia. I searched around and the best venues to perform comedy in, so hope you guys come. There won't be online tickets because I want this to be a shared experience. I want you guys to be there with me. Comedy must be experienced together. So yeah, so please do come and go to www.jasonleong.my to buy tickets. There we go. And in the coming days, I'll be releasing videos to funny videos, but also to promote the show. Okay, see you. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with me. Bye bye. Bye YouTube. Bye Instagram, and bye Facebook. Bye bye. See you.